Good morning. My name is Scott Pio. Excuse me. My name is Scott Pio. Today is July 29th, 2021. I'm running for House of Delegates in Virginia in Loudoun County. And today we're going to talk about school choice and what it means to me to have school choice in Virginia. Virginia, as it's currently written, doesn't allow for school choice. We're required by law to use um, the public education system. And if you want to, you can take your child out of the public education system and homeschool them or put them in charter schools or private schools. With that in mind, you have to pay out of your pocket to do so. And what school choice means to me is you no longer have to pay out of your pocket to do so. And Virginia will pay you. So let's go right into it. Virginia in the future is, if we had school choice, we would have a voucher program. Schools in Virginia, the Constitution in Virginia requires that they cannot pay a religious institution for school choice. So the idea here is that if we wanted to allow for school choice in Virginia, we would do it through a voucher program so we could actually get around the constitutional law that says we can't pay religious institutions. Each child in Virginia is worth between $13,000 to $16,000. That's a lot of money. And if you can pile that up into 4 or 5 kids per school or per teacher, you can pay one teacher. So if you had a private school or a homeschool or a charter school and you only had 4 or 5 kids there, you could certainly get away with having school choice at home, and you could pay for it just by teaching 4 or 5 kids. I would like to see school choice in every school. I would want to see it in private schools, in charter schools, in public schools, and maybe in religious schools. You can bring your child to church school if you'd like to. Every parent should be able to pay for this school through the school voucher program. So how would it work? Every year, a parent would pay personally out of their pocket to the school. Uh, Depending on what the school charges, most schools in Virginia are run around between $10,000 and $15,000 per year. And you could certainly see this school voucher program work with the $13,000 to $16,000 we would pay the school. I'm sorry, the parent. So we would, after you paid for this school for an entire year, you would send in your IRS tax statements to Virginia that you paid for your child for the school, and they would refund your money through the tax system. So you'd see a 10 to 13 or maybe even $15,000 refund in your school system or in your pocket because you sent your child to private school. Now, what does this mean for schools here? We would allow for schools to compete with each other. Schools overall would flourish in Virginia. You would see private schools popping up all over. The idea here is if you had many different private schools popping up all over, they would have to compete. They would have to compete for the money. They would have to compete for education. And what the Loudoun County and what Virginia and what the state has been doing to our school system is pretty abhorrent to me. And so if we could actually have these schools pop up, we would no longer be controlled by the state of Virginia. We would no longer be controlled by the school board and their policies and how they see fit. So school boards are very heavy in control, and we would take that control away from them and allowing them to have school vouchers in our school systems. Teachers would have a better paying salary as well. Right now, teachers are paid between 50 to 100. If we remove the top level administration from a lot of schools, we could actually help teacher salaries increase. For some of our top paid staff at our schools, our superintendent, Eric Williams, makes $284,000 a year. Imagine having that reduced or having that removed. You can pay 4 or 5 teacher salaries out of that money. Ashley Ellis, the superintendent for instruction, makes $211,000. The school board attorney makes $200,000. Assistant supervisor makes $200,000. You can increase all the salaries of all the teachers just by removing top level administration. And I'm not trying to pick and choose who we remove or not, but you could certainly help the entire system if you remove this top level administration, or if you're able to reduce it through tax dollars, and schools would then be able to flourish. Um, teachers overall would be able to be paid better. The unions would also stop being in control as well. The teachers' unions, while I believe education is very important, and I believe teachers should have a fair and lucrative salary because they teach our kids and they do a wonderful job doing it. If we are able to remove these top level salaries and apply school vouchers to every child, no matter if you're homeschooled, charter schooled, private schooled, or whatnot, you could really see a growth potential in the schools around the county. And that's the idea. I want to see a growth potential around the county and parents no longer being forced to be placed in the school systems. If there are any questions, please leave comments. And again, please share and like this video. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm streaming on multiple platforms. And again, my name is Scott Payo. I'm running for House of Delegates in Loudoun County's 32nd District. Thank you so much.